Hello and welcome to Refuse. I am so excited. Um, well, today is New Comic Book Day, and my comic book shop, even though I have X-23 on my pull list, they forgot to they forgot to take it out. And when I got there, they were actually all out of issues. So I ended up finding another comic shop, not too far away, maybe about 15 minutes away. Um, Really nice place, nice lady worked there. They had just opened last year, so that's a really good sign since so many stores are closing every year. Um, but I was able to get my hands on the latest issue of X-23, and I am really excited. Um, and not because of this, but because of this. They're finally starting to show up in the Walgreens around me. So I was finally able to pick up one of these guys yesterday, and I had to kind of look through. They had like five or six of them, and a lot of them had eye problems, made them look like Alice Cooper, which is not normally a bad thing. But so yeah, I'm really excited. I finally got a Silver Surfer. A few more months, and should be able to get a Ben Grimm, but that's not why I'm here. Mariko. It's funny, just looking at this cover. When I first saw this, I thought this was some type of like antenna or maybe even like a ear. It took me a minute before I realized it's actually a hair clip. So, not a bad cover. I'm not quite sure what exactly it's supposed to be representing, but yeah. So let's just go ahead and pop in. And oh hey, it's a Mariko Tamaki book when we open with a flashback. She's going back to her old tropes. Anyway, she's talking about how I get this feeling when someone I know dies. It's not like getting injured, which I barely notice anymore. It's like an itch. It's like there's something in my DNA saying, remember this. Maybe that's fear. So anyway, closing up on the eye, and I guess this would be a neat cinematic shot if it were filmed. Close up on the eye, pull back. We're actually in a tunnel. And we get this two-page spread of Laura riding atop of a of a car. But damn, how high is she? Look at that! Look how high she's jumping. She's like what, about 15 feet in the air, straight up over vehicles. Can she do that? Anyway, it took me a few minutes before I realized they actually colored this to be kind of in the dimmer light. Because I was like, wait, what is she wearing? This isn't her costume. And I realized, oh wait, this is Flash, this is Flash. I thought for some reason this was white, like she had, not just lost her jacket, but was wearing a completely different outfit. But no, it's just the way it's colored. Anyway, she's riding cars, trying to get to the van that has Honey Badger in it. So she's yelling, "Gabby, can you hear me?" Then she starts leaping across the cars. She jumps on the van. "Hey, cuckoos!" "Hello, Laura." And she pops her claw and sticks it right into the engine. Right into the van's engine and make it crash on the side of the road. I feel like I have to point this out, though. Have her gloves always been like this? Because that's really stupid. That's stupid to have a glove that just doesn't cover the back of your hand. I mean, how does that even stay on, at least when the claws aren't sticking through it? Have you ever done that with, like, plastic gloves? You don't put them on all the way, and they're just covering your fingers and thumb? Yeah, I can't really blame Mariko for that, but that's stupid. Anyway, we get some vague dialogue. "Let it go. It's done." Well, what is done? So as Laura's going to the back of the van, one of the cuckoos is going back there, and Gabby's still tied up, and she got the duct tape over her mouth. And then when Laura's about to open it, we see that it's not exactly clear, but basically the cuckoo is looking in the van that Gabby is actually in, while Laura is looking at a different van. Yeah, the cuckoos had played a mind game and faked her out and got her, messed with her head and made her chase a different van. "Hey man, not cool." I said, "Hey man." I'm still not quite sure what this is here. Uh, I thought it might have been Gabby's tracker or part of her outfit. It almost looks like goggles, sunglasses. I don't know. She didn't have it before. I don't know what Laura is supposed to be picking up there in this van that Gabby is not in. So Laura starts hitchhiking her way out, and she ends up going back to the church where the Dr. Marks is just wearing headphones, singing, wandering around, and well, it turns out one thing. Not sure why he was at the church before, what made Laura come back, but find out that the Cuckoos have been mentally controlling him to work on the project that they're working on. We're trying to clone the dead sisters, and he's not even sure. I'm in a church. I thought I was in my lab. I'm not in my lab, and talking about how working on the project. Oh, look at this! I got this falling out of the staple here already. Huh. Anyway, he starts talking about the opportunities that this presented, and Laura puts one of her claws to his neck. Let's skip the trip down memory lane. I need to know what you've been doing this past week. My work. And he starts talking about how his research moved from cloning to grafting. Basically, cloning takes too much time, so instead of just birthing a new clone, they're taking this basically psychic image, the personality, and putting it onto a body that's already made, I guess. I kind of got the impression from what they did in the big twist reveal in Justice League 3000. But wait, hold on a second here. So we have this kind of what was that thing called that you can look inside the body? You used to have it in schools, like a Mr. Body, and it's semi-transparent. That's all we get here. We got the foot claw, the arm claw. But wait a minute, we got this. Sorry, low-flying plane. You get that as a free bonus. We got this clump of blue veins and red arteries. The way it's arranged, it looks like that should be the heart. Is Laura's heart on the right side of her body? It should be over here, not over there. Just a nitpick. So anyway, he's explaining his work and why they're doing the way they do. The tissue I was given to work with was rapidly disintegrating. Previous attempts to clone seem to have resulted in compromised forms. I surmised that a psychic field was acting as a kind of virus. Now, editorial. We need to talk about this caption. Oh, sorry. I got some powder on my fingers here. You may see some dust. I was doing some cleaning here, and I got some dust stuff. So, yeah. Looks like it's still on there. It's drying out my skin. Anyway, we need to talk about this caption right here. Now, you may be trying to make it seem like it's conversational, but this is not a well-formed sentence. Now, I know you saw a bunch of hyphens and commas and a lot of words, and editorial probably said, oh yeah, it's probably good. This caption makes no sense. Let's get rid of the extraneous words here. The process to work required a strong immune system. See, we're going to get rid of these little clauses here. Get rid of the grafting process. Get rid of to resist the effects of psychic energy. It's missing words here. The process to work. It needs at least even just for the process to work required a strong immune system to stabilize it. This sentence, read it aloud. You should read your scripts aloud. That's like creative writing 101, especially with dialogue, to make it more conversational. Let's read this exactly the way it is. The process, the grafting process, to work to resist the effects of the psychic energy required a strong immune system to stabilize it. Only like the last half of this, the last like 7 words made any sense, because of anyone you were saying that to would say, wait, what? Can you repeat that one more time? Yeah, editorial, wake up here. Frickin' read the books. Don't just sign off on it, carte blanche. So, anyway, in my research, I noted that the X-23 would provide an ideal host. So, you get the idea that they're going to try and put one of the sisters in one of the X-23s, like Laura or Gabby. You and your clones. I'm going to skip a little bit here for copyright strikes. So Laura starts studying this Dr. Marks, and I took an oath to make sure that nothing like what my sisters and I went through happens again. I took a name I hate, so you know your end. The end of this work came at the hands of your creation. And in the midst of this, we get little cuts to where Gabby manages to use her nose to activate her signal beacon. Which is why I wondered what exactly Laura was holding in the back of that van, and I still don't know. But anyway, excuse me. Laura's belt goes off, so she knows it's Gabby. And we cut to Gabby back, looking all pleased with herself. Bingo, bango. Yeah, if she's going to start singing the Andrews Sisters, I'm out of here. Bright light. I'm starting to hope she gets one of the cuckoos in her. So, hey, Clone Power, how are you guys? Did you get anything nice for your birthday? Not yet. So Laura pulls out her phone and, okay, emergency. And she's scrolling through the names. Oh, look, Tamaki M. Mariko's in her phone. Oh, that's so clever. I imagine that's supposed to be Tom Taylor and, Riri Williams. Gotta have Riri in there. I know it's been a long time, and I can't explain, but if you're in Manhattan, now, I'll send you coordinates. I'm not killing anyone these days, but if she dies, no guarantees. You take that mentally controlled doctor. Yeah, even though this was not your free will and you were being controlled, you're being threatened, threatened with death for being mind controlled if anything happens. Yeah. Did you know she's the hero of the book? Yeah. She's the good guy. You know that, right? She's the protagonist. And she's why is this not focusing? And she is threatening a guy who was mind controlled to help them. There we go, now I'm focused. So yeah, let's go back to at least I got a chair for Gabby. Hey, did you guys drug me? I feel druggy. I say no to drugs, so not cool. Did you guys have ice cream for your birthday? No. Is it because you're lactose intolerant? I'm surprised she can even say that. Whoa, you guys, I feel like I'm in a washing machine again. Hey, are you guys super strong too? I can't remember. Do you have punching powers or just brain stuff? Hey, Cuckoo, you look kind of moldy for a cuckoo. Hey, there's 4 of you. Sorry if the moldy thing was rude. So, what's going on? This chick is stupid. Gabby is the Hellcat of this book. What Hellcat was to She-Hulk's book, that's what Gabby is. That's what Honey Badger is. I feel like Mariko has to write at least one dumb female character. I got nothing. So, who was the big person that emergency? Yeah, it was Warren. It was young Warren. Hence, makes sense she was going through the W's. And so basically, Warren, young angel from the 05, comes to basically drop Laura off where Gabby is being held. And yep, here we go, starting the transfer. And I'm sorry, I gotta say it, I like your robes, but you guys are lacking in clone solidarity. You know that? It was kind of cute in the first issue. Maybe it's because I haven't read much with her in it, with Honey Badger in it. And it was kind of cute, adrenaline rush. She's going to be, jabberjaw saying stupid stuff. But now it's just annoying. Now I just want this process to work. Gabby! Too late. And so they start the process, and No! And that's where the book ends. That's an interesting cover. But yeah, what happened in this book? They went from one place to another. We got a little bit of exposition dump from the doctor who's being mind controlled, and Laura still threatened him with death if anything happened to Gabby. Yeah. Yeah, Mariko's good at making the main characters unlikable, isn't she? Yeah. Once again, I was sold on the premise of this book from the first issue. The second issue was not very good. This one, nothing happens. They get away, and yeah, and they start doing the mind swap, which will be interrupted. I mean, Laura's right there. You know, she's right there, lunging out with her claws out. She's just going to slash a cable. But, the next issue will start with a flashback, so... yeah. This book's stupid. You're a stupid book. And I don't know why I do this to myself. But hey, at least I got this going for me, so... and the box, would be way more fun to read. I mean, look at this. I could practice my Spanish, Actually, I don't really speak Spanish. I speak a little bit of French, so I can practice that. And, yeah, look at this. 4 different languages here. This is a toy that I can learn from. It's an educational toy. It's better than this crap. So, yeah. Oh, thanks for watching.